The Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq indexes all have had their worst quarter in 84 years. So how should you be handling your investments now? I'm going to give you my thoughts and my opinions on all that and more coming up. What's going on, guys? Yes, so it has been a crazy quarter, right? It's hard to imagine that we were expecting the Dow Jones to break 30,000 points just 6 weeks ago. And now we have experienced the worst quarter that the stock market has ever had in 84 years. But I think there's some hope and there's some light at the end of this tunnel. There are some silver linings. I'm not going to go over those in just a few seconds, but I want to welcome you to this channel first. Hi, my name is Brad, and this is Own the Chaos. The stock market is a crazy and chaotic place. No more evident than it is right now, right? And so that is why I created this channel. So if you want to see more content such as this, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up if you get value out of today's video, and I would certainly appreciate the support. All right, so just to kind of give you some context as to what's been going on in the stock market. Obviously, like as I said, the stock market has had its worst quarter in 84 years. The Dow is down 23.2% from quarter four in 2019. S&P is down 20%, and Nasdaq is down 14 as compared to quarter four of 2019. All of this, as we know, has been triggered by the COVID pandemic, which as of this recording has infected over 800,000 people and has claimed the lives of about 40,000 globally. It's forced the shutdown of businesses and personal activities all over the globe, and we are feeling the effects of that right now in the U.S. The state that I live in Maryland, has also been shut down, and so I've been locked into my house since Monday. It's been really sucky, to say the least. I'm not enjoying it. I will say, though, that I went ahead and bought myself an Xbox, and so I'm playing that to keep me busy. If you guys are any Madden or Call of Duty fans, please hit me up. But it's crazy because I'm locked into my house for an indefinite amount of time. I have no idea when they will lift this. So it's a very interesting time in our history. We've never experienced something like this, at least not for a very long time. Obviously, that is why the stock market has reacted to the way that it has. When people aren't out to be able to do business or work, things are going to falter. All that being said, though, if history tells us anything, it's that there is some sort of hope left here for a turnaround. And I think the response from the market is going to be rather quick once things are back up and running. Now, before I go and show you what history has told us after we experience quarters like this, I want to invite you over to my platform, which is WeTradeHQ.com. Every single morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time, I go live with folks and show them how I plan on making trades every single day, and then I'm with them in a private chat room as well. If you'd like to go check that out, the links are down in the description below. I'm actually offering a free month of mentorship for anybody who's wants to check it out. You just have to enter the promo code STOCKS after clicking the link down in the description, and then you will get your free 30 days with me in the mentorship, and you can try it out, see if you like it. I hope that you would stick around, and I would love to see you there. Okay. On to the rest of the video. So after quarters such as the one that we've experienced, history has told us that the Dow Jones on average bounces back about 11% the next quarter, and then even another 8.5% the quarter following after that. And a year following that bad quarter, 23% move up from something like this. As far as the other indexes go, the S&P flies up nearly 30% a year following a quarter such as this, and then the Nasdaq is up 10% a year following a quarter like we've seen here this first quarter in 2020. Now, I've been saying this to bring some optimism to all of the darkness that we've been seeing at this point, right? That there is some hope here and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I've been saying over the last several weeks that, in my opinion, I think it is a wise decision that if you have any freed up cash to invest in the stock market, now's the time to really start scaling yourself in. Even though I don't think that we have yet reached the bottom of the stock market before we achieve that bounce, there's no real way to predict when the stock market has truly reached its bottom. After all, I think the one catalyst that trumps all catalysts when it comes to the stock market and whether or not we're going to see a bounce is some sort of positive treatment or vaccine that proves to work against this disease. And if that happens, we don't know when that will be. If that happens, then the market will react very sharply and people will start to feel a lot better about the economy and where they are headed for the rest of 2020. That being said, if there is a worst case scenario where these drugs do not work and they have to go back to the drawing board, then we will experience an even worse quarter in quarter two than we did in quarter one. So obviously there's a lot of things up in the air, which leaves you to question what should you be doing as far as your investments are concerned. And I still stay true to just being able to scale yourself in as you're seeing the market come down, and then not trying to time the market, not trying to predict the bottom as far as your long-term investments are concerned. Now, for me personally, I day trade and do long-term investing as well. So, from a day trading perspective, it doesn't necessarily really matter all that much. I'm trading it up, I'm trading it down. What's been really tough over the last couple of days, though, is that the market's been pretty sideways. So it makes it a really tough environment to really trade in. And I've actually been having to sit on my hands quite a bit and not trying to force trades from a day trading standpoint. But as far as my long-term investments are concerned, that's still very much status quo. And in particular, if you're looking for stocks to invest in at this time and you still haven't yet bought into anything, and in my opinion, I would still go after those stay-at-home type plays such as Amazon, McCormick, Zoom, Chewy. All of those companies, among others, are staying open, and those are the types of companies that I would look to invest in because they are going to do extremely well once people start getting back to work and the economy really starts to turn around. Other companies that are not related to the stay-at-home plays that I still will be looking into are companies like Walmart, Costco, and Home Depot. These companies are still keeping the lights on as they are essential for groceries and essential needs and that sort of thing. So they are required to stay open because they have to. But that presents itself with some good opportunities, obviously, because as all the other stocks are coming down because they're not open, they're not able to function, such as your cruise liners, which I would still stay away from for the foreseeable future. You couldn't pay me to touch a cruise liner stock right now just because there's nobody in their right mind is thinking about getting on a cruise at least for another year. If you want to get on a cruise in 6 months, I still think that's extremely risky. And I would say that it's going to be at least a year before you start to see people booking cruises anytime soon. But at this point, I would just love to hear from you. I love getting response from the people that watch this channel and watch my videos. And I respond to all of the comments. So if you feel differently about this, if you feel that, the worst is yet to come, I would love to hear from you and how you're handling that at this time. Are you cooped up in your house such as I am? What are you doing to, pass the time, so to speak? Or are you working? Are you out there still on the front lines? I have the utmost respect. I have family and loved ones that are in the medical field and are on the front lines right now, and I'm obviously concerned for them, but I know that they are doing everything they can to keep themselves safe while also taking care of the sick. So it's been a really troublesome time. And I probably will not get paid I'll probably get demonetized for this, but I really don't care. I just want to, hear from you guys. I want to kind of share in this experience because we're not alone in this, and I really want to hear from you as well. So please leave me some comments down below. I'd love to interact with you guys. So as far as the stock market and the investments are concerned, guys, the key takeaway here is that I would still be scaling in on your long-term investments and looking for good companies that are still open, because like I said, after this all blows over, there's going to be a huge move, and these guys are going to be ahead of the curve. Not to say that other companies won't be, but these are definitely going to be ones that have already been in business, and they're going to do extremely well once people get back to work. And again, all of this hangs in the balance as to whether or not there's going to be successful treatments out there. I remain hopeful and optimistic, as we have been seeing reports of some really good, reactions to drugs and drug cocktails. So hopefully that happens. And nevertheless, just sticking to the plan is going to be the most important and crucial part, and not reacting based off of emotions and fear, but actual facts and common sense. So that's going to do it for me, guys. If you like this video, I certainly would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you have not yet done so, please subscribe, hit that notification to get notified every time I put up a video. And as always, folks, I will see you all before the bell, and B. Smith is out. So did Elon really lie to us, or was it just a matter of the situation that occurred after those earnings reports came out? Well, if you look at when Elon made that announcement that he